Hello and welcome to the CIML Football Pregame Show. I'm your host, Blake Walker. It is week 6 of the Iowa High School football season here in the Metro. Another fun night of football ahead, another fun show ahead. We're going to take a look at the rankings, talk to a coach, and give you a preview of what's on tonight. Let's take a look at our latest rankings from Radio Iowa. Your Radio Iowa poll for Class 5A in Week 6 looks like this. Waukee Northwest is still the number 1 team, still undefeated. West Des Moines Valley sits at the number 2 position. Downland Catholic is at 3, who only lost to Valley by 1 point, but have looked good ever since then. Ankeny starting to get rolling here. Picked up a big win over Sioux City East. Daniel Larmy and that whole offense looking very solid. They sit at the number 4 spot. And Johnston, remember they picked up that big win against Iowa City Liberty, sits at the number 5 position. Speaking of Iowa City Liberty, they are at the 6th position. They beat Iowa City West last week. The Lightning are up to the 6th position. Sioux City East, despite the loss to Ankeny, which wasn't a terrible loss, still sit at the number 7 position. The rest of their schedule should favor out. They should be okay toward the end of the season. Iowa City West drops to 8th after the loss to Liberty. Cedar Falls is at the 9th position, and Southeast Polk has made their way back to the top 10, trying to fight their way back up. They took care of business last week against Ottumwa. Don't forget the Rams when it comes to the postseason here in just a couple weeks. When we come back, we got a couple coach interviews that we're going to toss to. We have a lot more to come here on the CIML Football Pregame Show. We'll be right back.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Welcome back to the CIML Football Pregame Show. Blake Walker along with you here this evening before getting you to the big game here this evening on this week 6 of Metro football here on this beautiful Friday. Dar Danielson had a chance to sit down with head coach Gary Swinson of the Valley Tigers ahead of a big matchup tonight against the Centennial Jaguars.
Joining us now is Valley head coach Gary Swinson. And Coach, kind of heading, hard to believe, heading into November now and heading down the stretch here. Let's first just talk a little bit about where your team has come since the start of the season and how you think you've done so far.
Well, the season always goes fast. And as we, close out this first full month of Friday night football, we're okay. We're 4-1. We've played good teams. We've had our ups and downs. We're getting a few kids back that we had missed for a couple of weeks because of injuries. So I think we're in pretty good shape. We've got a couple of real big games coming up, this one, and then with Ankeny in 2 weeks. So those will be, I would say, we're going to be a playoff team. The seeding will be determined by 2 of our last 4 games, and this is one of them this Friday.
Yeah, and I know we've talked in the past that these teams, even when their record might not be as good, what you saw Waukee gave you a battle all the way, and this Centennial team, they've got a lot of good players too, so this is going to be another good one, isn't it?
Well, it is, and if you look at, they're 3-2, but if you look at the 2 teams that beat them, they're teams that could easily end up in the Unidome for that semifinal round and maybe even in the championship game. So I don't know how much stock you have to put into a record to date, but I think us and them would be on the same level of, I guess, how people would think we've done up to this point in this season.
What do you have to do to be successful against them then?
Well, we didn't. stop the run. I mean, get off the field on defense, and that's what we weren't able to do the other night. We won the game handily, but I still didn't like what we were doing defensively as far as, and I think part of that was we were missing a few kids, but we just got to be better because Centennial probably might be the best rushing football team we play. And the Jerry's team, now Ryan, over the years have been really good at misdirection and precision and timing on offense, and this team's no different. So you've got to be able to disrupt that and play complementary football with your offense and try to keep them off the field and then get your points when you have a chance.
And as always, you say you minimize those mistakes, right?
Oh, for sure. The night we lost, we had 3 turnovers and 5 penalties, and our opponent, Waukee Northwest, had no turnovers and no penalties. Well, now some of those were caused by them, so credit to them, but we also know in a close game, those things get you beat every time, and it helped our demise that night. And we lost a close game, but they were in control mainly because of our own errors. So you're right. This Friday's a typical example. Mistakes will get you beat.
Well, I hate to see September end, but November always brings excitement as the season winds down, and as you say, looking at where you're going to be in the playoffs and what happens. But yeah, it's cliche, but you just got to focus on each game ahead right now, don't you?
Well, you do, and it seems like everybody had some really good games early and then a couple late, and for us, it's both Ankeny teams, so we'll see how we do. I like where we're at, though. We're not in panic mode by any means, but we also know how frail your success can be when it comes to injuries and depth and things that happen at the end of the year.
All right. Well, as always, we appreciate you sharing with us here as we look forward to Friday night's game, and good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you, Dar.
Once again, want to thank every coach that's chatted with us all season, helps us give a good perspective to you, the fans, and to us for a little bit more insight into the big games here on Friday night. More when we return. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show.
Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show, putting a bow on tonight's pregame show before we send you up to the gridiron here this evening. Let's take a look at what is on the docket tonight on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Valley at 4-1, taking on Ankeny Centennial at 3-2. Not quite a must-win game for the Jags, but it's nearing must-win territory. Valley 4-1 on the season has looked really good ever since their loss earlier in the year. Centennial 3-2, losses to Ankeny, losses to Southeast Polk, trying to get things going. They have a pretty good offensive attack, balanced throughout. We'll see if Coach Pizzetti can get his Jaguars back on top and back on track. Valley has looked really good the last couple weeks. Drake DeGroat is humming with the offense. And then Northwest takes on Ottumwa. If you haven't watched Waukee Northwest this year, here's a good chance tonight. Ottumwa 3-2. Did not have a good showing last week against Southeast Polk. They look to improve off that here in another stretch of this tough road stretch here in the Metro. Northwest 5-0. Mac Heitland, one of the top quarterbacks in the state at just a junior. A very good wide receiver core, a defense that backs it up. Northwest is going to be very tricky to stop tonight. And we have more coming up. Let's send it over to Paul and Tim previewing Johnston versus Ankeny tonight on WHO.
Tim Halber, Paul Yeager, two guys that follow football. Sometimes we do some football. Tim, Johnston, and Ankeny. Let's talk about this game because I feel like it's a carbon copy. Brian Woodley says, there it's a carbon copy. I go, does that mean you and Ankeny are the same, or this is like it's been in the past? And he said, yes. Would you concur?
Yes, looking at their stats, they're mirror images of each other, how they run and pass. Once again, I don't think Johnston doesn't run the ball as well as Ankeny, but nobody does run the ball as good as Ankeny does. So it's a matchup. They pass well. Johnston passes a little bit bigger pass plays. They're averaging around 17 yards per completion, where Ankeny's more around the 10 mark, but the same completion percentage. Offensive play sets, how many plays they get so far this season. So they look a lot alike offense and defensively.
I think you said that Johnston's per pass completion yardage is very, very high. I think it's something around 17. There's big play receivers for the Dragons. Good athletes all around. New quarterback, Helming has had a good job of watching Will Nuss for 3 years be the quarterback. It's a great understudy, and he's shining at the right time.
And he's a big kid. He's like 6'3", 195, junior. He's got 10 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, so he doesn't get in trouble a lot. He's not a big rusher, probably like Roush is. Like he can tuck the ball and run. He's got over 100 yards rushing for the year. So they're a little bit different styles. Both are big quarterbacks. I think this may come down to which quarterback plays a sharper game, and doing the little things besides the running game, which may determine the outcome.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot about running. Johnston, we remember Barku from years past. He was a difference maker, but Ankeny kind of was able to always kind of contain him. This defense is going to have its hands full tonight as well in stopping the run game, I would think.
Yeah, they may focus on that. I'm looking at Emory Jones he's got 313 yards on the season. But they've done a good job. That linebacking core, they're very active out there. That the Ankeny defense is hard to run. He's at 3-3 with the Hawk linebacker that's out there. They'll be tested in the secondary, speed against athleticism. If they can make Helming a little nervous, moving around the pocket more, his passing may not be as sharp. So look for some more blitz packages. Last week we saw it was Sandvig out there blitzing. It was the outside linebacker. It might be Whittinger coming in the middle. So they're mixing things up. They may do the same thing again here to try to get that offense, not letting him get into the flow of the game.
Third straight week, Ankeny Stadium will host a top 10 game. So should be fun to see. All right, Tim, I'm Paul. Enjoy your Friday night.
Yeah, you too.
That will do it for us here on the Central Iowa Sports Network pregame show. I've been your host, Blake Walker. Appreciate everyone for watching. We will send it to the big game this evening, and we hope to see you next week. Don't forget, RPI comes out. Things get very interesting here at the top of the boards. Top 16 make it to the postseason. It's going to be the last couple fun weeks here in Iowa high school football in Class 5A. Enjoy the game, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Good evening and welcome to West Des Moines. It's West Des Moines Valley taking on Ankeny Centennial tonight. Homecoming for Valley. The number 2 ranked Tigers facing Centennial here tonight. Dar Danielson along with Dominic Daphne ready to call this ball game. And Valley only loss coming a 3-point loss to the number 1 team Northwest. Centennial's had a couple losses across town rival Ankeny, another team high on the rankings. Talking to both these coaches, the run game sounds like it's going to be key for both of them here tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, and obviously with Ankeny Centennial having one of the best backs in 5A in the state of Iowa, obviously looking to get him the ball early, feed him early, feed him often. And obviously on the opposite side, we got Dorenkamp, who is one of my favorite backs I've watched film on. He's a big back. He's got good eyes. He's got good feet. Can break tackles. So there's going to be the run game is going to be vital for everybody, and that's what we're going to see today.
Then on the Valley side, Drake DeGroat, we've seen he can run. He can also pass, but he doesn't run a lot, but he runs when he needs to, and that's been successful too.
Yeah, and I feel like part of the problem with that is he has such a good arm. So it's hard to predict what he's able to do, and he's able to, that number 15, he's being able to do things like Patrick Mahomes and get out of tackles and get out of sacks, and make plays with his feet. So that's going to be another thing that the Ankeny Centennial defense is going to have to look out for.
Well, they're out in the middle of the field here. We're going to do the ceremonial coin toss, and we'll see what the choice is. Beautiful night. We have September weather in November, and looks like Valley won the toss, and they're going to defer. And big Cole Weirds there, number 79.
I mean,
shows you how tall he is when he stands next to that referee, doesn't it?
Yeah, if there's anybody out there that looks like they play football, it's big 79 for sure.
All right, so Valley has deferred, and Centennial will start with the ball. And we talked about it. Homecoming, sometimes that can be a distraction, too. When you come out here, you're thinking about other stuff. I know I talked with a coach about that before, and he says regardless of whether it's homecoming or any other night in the CIML, you got to be ready because it doesn't matter. I did the game over at Waukee, and they're struggling a little bit this season, but they still took Valley right into the fourth quarter. So in this league, you just got to be ready every night.
Yeah, it's gone away with booking those games for homecoming that we know we're going to win. There's a lot of good teams this year, and there's going to be a lot of good teams in the future, so it's hard to be able to book somebody and assume you're going to get an easy W. You got to come out every night looking to get a victory and play a clean 4 quarters of football.
Yeah, the way that scheduling goes here now, you can't really do that because they just have to get all the games in the teams. And looks like Morgan is back, and also back for Centennial is Cade Newman. For Centennial, they're on the left of your screen, rocking kind of the Oakland Raiders, or now where are they? Las Vegas. Wherever they're at now, yeah. Las Vegas Raiders. As Valley set to kick off, you see them in their orange and black here on homecoming night. Here's the boot, and that'll be into the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Centennial. We'll see Brecken Miller, the quarterback. J.J. Morgan is the running back. Cameron Miners, a wide receiver. Luke Mitchell, wide receiver. Cade Newman playing the tight end. Also Nash Taggart back there. The offensive line, Braylon Deacon Keehee, Carter Shuddy, Kane Brooks, Cade Meering, and Asher McGonigal. The big guys up front here for Centennial. As they come out of the huddle, will be 1st and 10 at the 20 to start it out here. Coming out and looking over to the sideline. Looks like Taggart is the deep back in motion. They hand it off to the up back, and he's hit immediately there as he heads into the line.
Yeah, when I was watching film, I seen that play a couple of times where they fake it to the first back and give it to J.J. Morgan, and he scored a couple times against Linn-Mar. A couple long runs. This time they just give it to the first back, and that strong defensive front of Valley wasn't having any of it.
And it looked like Hayden Demeray, the linebacker, with the carry. Come out, same formation, send the back in motion again. This time they hand it to him. He comes around the corner, looking for a little room there. He's going to get up to about the 25.
Number 23, Devin Good on the carry.
Devin Good picks up. We'll give him 4 on that.
And that's something that Valley's going to have to look out for all game. The Ankeny Centennial has been known to have a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of deception, a lot of shifts, and that's their bread and butter. That's what they're going to have to lean on. And Valley's going to have to keep their eyes in the right place so that they can make sure they're tackling and their eyes are reading their keys all game.
Sends Mitchell and Newman wide to the left. Miners here to the right. For Brecken Miller, the sophomore quarterback. Drops back, sends it out in the flat, has a man there for the first down, and a little more. Right out to Miners. And gets a good pickup there of about 12.
Yeah, that's going to be somebody to lean on the pass game. I mean, with the 6'5 frame, he's a good big receiver who's going to get you a lot of those 50-50 balls, especially if we're playing man. I see them looking to him a lot when it comes to the pass game.
So 1st and 10 at the 39 for Centennial. Miller under center. Sends Morgan in motion. Hands off, coming back through. He winds through the defensive line and finally is wrangled down there by Dustin Hersberg. But they're getting big chunks here in the running game so far.
Yeah, and that was the play I talked about earlier where we kind of fake it to the first guy and give it to Morgan and let him get a bunch of chunk yards. They had a lot of success on that, and I feel like that's something they're going to lean on for the rest of this game.
So Miller went to the sideline for a little bit, and then he comes back, and they have the signs over there that they send in the play. And he's going to send Miners and Mitchell to the left. Here, put that tight end tight. There, runs down the line, throws it out, caught, and up for the first down on the pass.
Miller's pass complete, number 13, Owen Gasperi, tackled by number 13.
And that was to Owen Gasperi.
Yeah, and I think they came out and man the Valley defense, so someone just lost the receiver, and he was able to scoot out to the flat and pick up the first down with ease.
Now into Valley territory, 1st and 10 at the Valley 49. Good opening drive here so far for Centennial. Hand off to the deep back. He slips by a tackle. We can't get by the second one. It is dropped after a pickup of a couple there. Demaray, the linebacker, the 6 foot, 205-pound senior. That defense, Caden Fluellen, Ben Booth, Alonzo Jimenez, Anthony Mershon up front. Demaray, Walter Hersberg, the linebackers, Price Moore, Fleming, and Micah Lelashir, the defensive backs here. Yep. So 2nd and long now for Ankeny Centennial. They'll send the 2 receivers right, slot back left, and hand it off to the back straight through the holes, Morgan, and fumble, the ball's out, but I think the referee had his arm up, so it might have been down.
I think Sandy's down.
Morgan, that was a good piece of waiting on your blocks and looking for the open space there, wasn't it?
Yeah, he shows a lot of patience, and he's a smart back. He's got good vision, and one thing he does really well that he's going to do all game is drive his feet. He doesn't let arm tackles bring him down. The first tackler doesn't usually bring him down, so he's a great back in my opinion. I think he has a lot of things going for him. He can catch the ball, and he does a really good for this Ankeny Centennial offense.
So they'll send all the receivers to the left side here, single back. Hands it off to Morgan. He cuts up inside, still looking, cuts back outside, and to be pulled down. Fumble, the ball is out. No, the referee's got his hand up again. And once again, they say he was down before that ball came out. So it'll stay with Centennial. But it'll be 4th and 1. You got to think they're in the range where they're going to probably go for it here, especially the chunks they've been picking up here on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, the run game is going to be something they lean on, and this is kind of that middle area where it's too far to kick. So I think most of the statisticians out there would say that it's probable to go for it on this one.
They bring in another running back, Devin Good, and they're going to put him up on the slot. They'll go with those double slots now. They send Morgan in motion. Handoff right up the middle to Taggart, and he gets the first down. Well, they found a little bit of running room there.
Yeah.
I did the opening game with Dowling, and the Valley defense just shut them down in the middle. Didn't give up much. Of course, they've had some film and other things to look at, and a good game plan to start with for Centennial, as they're just grinding it out on the ground. 1st and 10 now at the Valley 38. Miller down the line, throws it out to the slot, or drops it right at the line of scrimmage. Defender was heading out there. That was, let's see, that was Jaden McGregor, I believe. Yeah, was sliding out there to cover him. So if he caught it, I don't know how much he would have gotten, but it brings up second. This is one of the first times they haven't got any yardage on first down.
Yeah, ball was a little bit behind him. He had a little bit of running room, but I'm sure they'll go back to that later in the future.
Bring the man in motion, pitch it to him, inside pitch there, and nowhere to go with that. Luke Mitchell gets stacked up. Maybe a yard they'll give him on that.
Yeah, defense did a good job sniffing that one out this time. Keeping their eyes on the right place and reading their keys and shooting as soon as they see who has the ball.
That is the thing. You got a back motion in here, one going there, and you always got to keep an eye on the ball. So big third down here now. 3rd down and 9 at the 36 of Valley. First drive for Centennial. They've taken it and gone from the 20 right down the field into Valley territory. Here's Miller. Drops back, looks to his right, throws it out there, almost picked off by Valley. Oh, was thinking of going back the other way. Denault Moore was thinking about taking that back for 6.
Yeah, he catches that, he's high stepping for I think at least 50 yards. That would have been a big play, a big swing of momentum. I'm sure he's beating himself up a little bit, but that's a great play by him.
Now, if I remember right, looking here, I don't think no, they've had attempted 2 field goals, haven't made one. Centennial hasn't, so you're a little close to punt, so they're going to go for it here. And then timeout will be called. Let's see who that is. Centennial will take a timeout, and we'll keep it right here. So big early play in the game here. If you stop them on 4th down, you get the ball in pretty good position. And obviously the defense, as they moved up the field, kind of seen some things and made some adjustments there.
Yeah, they're keeping a lookout for all the deceptives, all the jet sweeps and trying to fool the defense and keep their eyes on the wrong place. We're going to give it to this back, or no, we're going to give it to this back. And one thing I've also noticed is that Denault Moore is following Miners. Whether he's on the right or left side of the field, he's following them. So he's straight man the whole game, and he's trying to take them away. He's trying to take him away from the whole game plan because they understand that he is their pass game. That's the guy they look for when it comes to the pass game, the big number 4. He's 6'5", a big body, big frame. So we got number 9 obviously going one-on-one the whole game.
Miners 9 catches for 313 yards, 4 TDs, a 71-yard touchdown was one of those. So, yeah, he's the big guy. So we'll see what they do here. As they come out of the timeout, we'll go with the double slot formation again. Send the man in motion, Morgan. Now, Miners up the slot, has it! Touchdown! Centennial. Well, he just went straight up the seam there.
Straight up the seam. Looked like a simple post route, and he was just wide open. I think maybe the cornerback had his eyes in the wrong place, was flat-footed, and he just ran right by him. Easy throw for Miller, and, well, it's a touchdown.
Came right off the line, straight up the hash marks there. And now the PAT attempt here by Noah Manning. He's 18-19 on the season. And that one is up and good. So it's 7-0 here. Centennial on the score. And Centennial will kick it off to Valley. And you mentioned that they were shadowing him, but there they just kind of left him free, and he got a good jump off the ball. And he is so big, once he got down there at 6'5", you just got to get it up in the air, and he can go after that.
Well, yeah, that was Luke Mitchell, and he's also a big body. Obviously, he's a junior, and Miners is a senior, so obviously they're going to have a good receiver in their hands for years, obviously, this year and next year. Like I said, a simple post route. And he was just wide open, ran down the seam, like you said. And I think the defense just dropped him. And that's going to be probably the easiest touchdown they'll have today.
So Centennial strikes first. And
for the Jaguars, number 42, Noah
Valley back to receive.
Back deep to return for the Tigers, number 5, Jaden Brown. And number 10, Ben Fleming.
Ben Fleming, Jaden Brown back deep to receive on the kickoff for the Tigers. Kick is going short and dropped right on it. Quickly was Max Anderson.
Kickoff was covered by number 55, Max
And
Anderson for the Tigers.
apparently didn't want to get it down there and let Valley get a return, but they get pretty good field position to start it here.
Yeah. I mean, they tell those guys just get the ball and get down. You know, they want to have any chance where you try to get any return and we fumble the ball, we'd take this good field position right here, I'm sure is what a lot of coaches would tell them.
1st and 10 at the 41 here. We'll see Drake DeGroat out for the first time. Swings it out left, up the seam, cuts back inside, all the way up to the 40, down to the 39. On the catch, Jaden Brown with the catch. And they use a little action there. They action to the tailback and then throw it out to the left. Now Valley going with a little tempo here. Right up to the line, ready to go. Hand it off right up through the middle. Goes Dorenkamp, and he gets big yardage.
Yeah, and that's just kind of shows how fast that Valley's offense is right now. It's 2 plays, and we've already gained at least 20 yards.
And that takes a little of that momentum back from Centennial when you just come right down the field after they scored. So bring up a 2nd down and 3 at the 34 for the Tigers. They send McGregory wide to the right, 2 receivers to the left. They flip the slot back over to the left. Man goes in motion. They hand it off right up the middle to Dorenkamp. He's right through and pick up enough yardage for the first down just inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's going to be big for both of these teams this game is kind of controlling the line of scrimmage. Who's going to be able to run the ball well, who's going to be able to stop the ball, and also who's going to be able to get off the field on 3rd down. Obviously, they were able to convert this one, but that's going to be something we keep looking forward to in this game.
So here comes Drake DeGroat out of the huddle once again. Trips to the right, single receiver left. And Centennial came in like they were going to blitz, and then we'll see what if Valley jumped or nope, they got into the neutral zone, so a penalty there on Centennial.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Pizzetti earlier this week, and he made it a note to say that we got to play a clean game of football.
Yeah.
And obviously that has to do with penalties, so hopefully they can limit that to just 1 for the rest of this game.
So that makes it 1st and 5 here for the Tigers. Dropping back to Grote across the middle, a little high to his receiver there. Looking for McGregory, or was that, no, that's
Jaden Brown.
Jaden Brown, yeah.
It looked like a little miscommunication. Jaden Brown went flat, but the group threw it high, so just a little bit of miscommunication. Otherwise, he was wide open.
And you get that 5 yards, so you've got 1st and 5. You take that deep throw right away. Take a shot. Now, and understand we're having a few technical difficulties here. We're working on those. And DeGroat keeps it himself. He'll drive forward and get down to the 19, close to a 1st down.
DeGroat does a good job running between the tackles. He's a bigger guy, bigger frame, so he does a good job. And just like the rest of the team, I don't think he's going to let one guy take him down.
And I think that's this Valley offense. Last year they had a little bit of the thunder and lightning, pound it and go quick with the running backs. This year it's a little more balanced with the pass and the run here offensively. And as I say that, DeGroat will go into the empty backfield. Here, send McGregory in motion, fake it to him, and go right up the middle. And Jade McGregory is such a good receiver, and he's also a great decoy. We've seen him, like on that play, we saw him roll out and throw a pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, he's someone you got to look out for. He's a game changer, and as someone that they're keying in on. I know that's one of the best players on their offense, one of the best players on their team, obviously committed to Louisville. So he's going to be a great player and a great decoy anytime he's out there.
McGregory and Brown wide to the right. Dornkamp the back. They send a man in motion. Dropping back, throws it out to the man coming across. He breaks free. Touchdown, Valley. Schoberl, the tight end, or slot back there.
And obviously I'm going to give some love to the tight ends always, any chance I can get. And, made a great move right there. Can't let one guy bring you down as a big tight end like that, so great move by him. And of course, scores an easy touchdown for Valley.
And awaiting the PAT here by Harney. It's up and good. And we're tied up 7-all. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
And the kickoff goes through the end zone here for Centennial. So Centennial starts out at their own 20, goes 80 yards, scores. Valley gets the ball at the 41. They go 59 yards and scores, and we're tied 7 apiece. Dart Danielson, Dominic Daphne with you here tonight. And starting out kind of an offensive game to start out here.
Yeah, you could say that, which they're both running the ball really well, but, of course, both teams end up with passing touchdowns. Mm-hmm. How about that? So I think the team that comes away with this one is going to be the first team to be able to stop the run.
Well, you set up the pass with the run, right?
Absolutely.
Back out is Brecken Miller. He hands it off, looking to go around the edge, and he'll get to the far sideline there.
Morgan, the ball carrier for Centennial.
And
forced out of bounds by number 8, Hayden Deveray.
We'll pick up. Going to give him 5 on first down. And right away, Centennial back out, picking up chunks. Now, if this keeps up, it's going to come down to what we talked about, mistakes, turnovers here in the game. I know it's early. We're still in the first quarter, but so far, it's which defense can stop who. Mitchell, wide to the right. He goes in motion now, and they fake the handoff to him, go right up the middle, and they're going to stack him up just short of the first down. And Alonzo Jimenez, I think, was one of them in the middle there on the stop, so brings up 3rd and short for Centennial.
Yeah, that defensive line is going to be a staple for this team in this game. Who can stop the run, who can control the line of scrimmage is what we're going to keep talking about.
Now Miller brings them up. 2 slots now. They send one in motion, hand it to the deep back, which is Taggart, and he didn't get the first down.
Taggart on the carry for the Jaguars.
That front defensive line stacked it up pretty good.
Yeah, did a good job wrapping him up.
And Yeah, you got to think. I think they're going to bring on the punt team. This deep in your own territory, you don't want to turn it over there. So,
yeah, especially the way the Valley's driving the ball. They got a couple chunk plays or running the ball really well. So there's no point of giving them a short field and giving them a chance to go up 14-7.
So Grevin Good and Brown back deep to receive for Valley. And the punt is away. Taken, I believe, by Brown over there. He's up across the 40 up to around the 43. And so Valley will start out right about where they did last time here on that drive. Well, they're going to mark it all the way up to the 44 with 1:09 to play in the first quarter. So the Valley defense gets the first stop here tonight.
First stop, it's a big stop, too. Like you said, they came out, Ankeny Centennial came out with all the momentum, driving down the field that easy, straight 80 yards. So for them to get a stop finally and can get the ball back into their offense's hands and get them up, that's big for them.
It brings out Drake DeGroat. He'll send McGregory back over to the left side. Send a man in motion. Hand it off inside to Dorenkamp. Dorenkamp gets to the edge a little bit. Gets about 5 yards there. Good play on first down. That defense for Centennial, Brandon Bogseth, Cade Muring, Kane Brooks, Kenyon Leak up front on the defensive line. Nash Taggart, Rowan Doak, Will Morris, Kiefer Reed, the linebackers. Brody Prill, Gavin Matheny, Garrett Stevens, Nolan Bennett, the starting defensive backs. And now here's Valley. They spread it out a little bit here on second down. Looking to throw, now pulls it down. DeGroat will come up and get close to the first down. Quick read there, didn't see anything, decided to take off.
Smart decision, too, because Ankeny Centennial dropped back in the zone and nobody was open. So obviously it's a smart decision not to try to force anywhere, not try to force it to one of your better players, one of your key players, and just take this one, take as many yards as we can.
And that might be, and I think it will be, the last play of the first quarter, as this game going fast here with both teams keeping it mostly on the ground. So tied 7-7, Valley on the move here into Centennial territory. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Here at Valley Stadium, we'll start the second quarter. The Tigers on the 47, and there's a handoff. Dorenkamp slides ahead to pick up a couple extra yards, falling down. And that'll be a first down.
Yeah, pretty unlucky by the Ankeny Centennial defense there. They ran a stunt with their interior D lineman, and the stunt went away from the run, and Dorenkamp went right where the stunt was, so he had a wide open gap to pick up the easy first down.
Here come the Tigers, two receivers left, the slot on the left, two backs now surrounding DeGroat. And he keeps it himself. Great fake there as Blitzer came in and tackled Jaden Brown, but DeGroat read it and took it up to get himself.
Yeah, good read by him. He had me fooled. a little bit because I thought that would have been a great pickup by Ankeny Centennial's defense and reading that one out, but he pulled it last second and picked up a nice little chunk of change.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 at the 38 of Centennial. Single back now, 3 receivers right, 1 left. They bring the man in motion. McGregory pitch it to him inside pitch, and there's white shirts there. He's going to reverse field. He gets a block from the quarterback. Now cuts it outside. Can he get around? He does. Gets around the corner, picks up the first down. Jaden McGregory. Wow.
Well, doing his best Deshaun Jackson impression on that one, flipping field like a punt return. That's just one of your better offensive players making a play when there's nobody there because Ankeny Centennial's defense had that one sniffed out.
And how about the quarterback on the backside? Give him a little help with the block there by DeGroat.
Hey, the more you can do.
Let him get around the corner, and so he turns nothing into something. Little shades of Seneca Wallace there, too, from way back. Here's DeGroat again. Trips right. Single back. Drops back. Looking to his left. Nobody there. Throws it out in the flat and through the hands of Owen Woods. He might have been thinking about grabbing and turning upfield.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're that wide open, it's hard to think about the fundamentals and catch the ball all the way through. I think he was looking for the first down on that one.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers. And both these teams offensively, first downs have been good downs for them, picking up yardage. Here with the incomplete pass, it makes it 2nd and 10. Now they send receivers to each side, bring one across there, hand it off up the middle, looking for room. Stiff arms, cuts it up inside. Good run by Dorenkamp. Looked like he was stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, he's a big back, a bigger, stronger back with good feet, and he's not letting that first defender get him down and got a chance to
see the replay.
Here we go on the replay. Yep, not letting the first defender tackle you, just keep those feet churning and picks up a good amount. What was that, 9 yards on the carry?
And now the coaches are saying, well, wrap him up, but the thing is he uses your speed against you as you're coming in and brushes it off. So 3rd and short here, 3rd and 1 at the 23 for Valley. As DeGroat comes under center. Handoff, looking for room, slides over the right side. They'll get the first down just inside the 20. As Dorenkamp picks it up, and Valley started back at the 44. They're now inside the Centennial 20 here.
Offensive line did a good job that time picking up the pressure. Wolf Morris showed blitz, and he came, and they did a good job of picking it up and able to pick up the first down.
See Dorenkamp in the huddle, looking over, getting the call from the sideline. He'll send 2 receivers left. Those split backs in the backfield now. Sends McGregory in motion and hands it off up the gut. And Dorenkamp, tough sledding. One thing about him, he always keeps the feet moving, though.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of falling forward, and that's what you always want from your running back, no matter if it's a 1-yard pickup, 2-yard pickup. You want them to fall forward at all times. He's doing a good job of that.
1 yard, 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. They'll give him 1 here. On a warm November night, 84 at kickoff with a little 6-mile-per-hour wind, and the flags are down now, so we feel a little breeze up here in the press box, but not a lot going on out there. 2 receivers to each side. For DeGroat, he sends Dorenkamp in motion. Throws it to the inside receiver, and he is hit just when it looked like he was picking up a head of steam there. He was it Leak got him? One of them in there, but
I don't know about you, but did that look like a hook and ladder? Like they were setting up a hook and ladder on that one?
And it looked like he was just going to flare it out to Dorenkamp, but then and then that was a possibility, I think.
They were setting up the old hook and ladder on that.
But there wasn't much room to do that. So McGregor would go outside. Man, they like to bring him to the post on these close-in plays. We'll see what they do here. Drops back, looking. Now he turns and just was looking for the back shoulder there, but just a little high. And I don't know if they misread that a little bit, but
I think he's beating himself up about that throw. Drake is a little bit. He had him wide open, just sailed it a little bit. And
he turned and stopped just ahead of the end zone, and now they'll bring out the kicker, Conley Harn. He is 4 of 7 of field goals, as long as 35. This one will be a 31-yarder here. And Brevin LaFleur holding, and there's the kick. The kick is good. 31-yard field goal by Valley here with 7:49 to go in the second quarter. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
And the kickoff goes through the end zone, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 for Centennial. And that's where they've started every drive tonight. They scored on the first one. Tigers stopped them on the second one, so that good kicker is always winning in the special teams is good too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Breckenmiller out. Brings a man in motion, Luke Mitchell, but they hand it off to the back, and he gets right through there and is pushed down.
Morgan with the carry up the middle, gains maybe a yard. Tackle made by number 6, Luke Walter for the defense.
And Luke Walter right there, a 5'10", 200-pound senior. And they'll give him 2.
Yeah, did a good job sniffing that one out. Like we keep saying about the deception, the jet sweeps, and having your eyes on the right place as a linebacker is all you want.
So Taggart's a deep back. Morgan is the slot on the left. He goes in motion. They fake to both of them, rolling out, looking downfield. He's going to run. Miller doesn't run a lot. He will some, and he picks up some good yardage to make it a little better third down for Centennial. He was looking for the guy up the left side, but he was pretty well covered there.
Yeah, Micaiah Lasher had that one sniffed out, but obviously Breckenmiller made a smart choice to just tuck this one down and get as many yards as I can and get out of bounds.
So 3rd and 2 for Centennial. Clock is stopped. We've been cruising right along here. That first quarter went. Now Centennial wants to take a timeout, talk about it here. We'll take a break and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Back here at Valley High School, Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne, 3rd and 2 for Centennial. Now, Valley stopped them before on a 3rd and 1. Now they bring a little pressure. They're going for the screen. They hit the man there, and he's going to get up for the first down. So
Miller's pass complete from Morgan. Tackle made by number 56,
they
Caden Fluin.
call that timeout and then go with a little screen, knowing that Valley's going to be coming hard to try to stop him there.
Yeah, and that's the guy they need to get the ball to. Need to get him going. J.J. Morgan, one of their better players on offense. Obviously, they can get him the ball in any way that they see fit. Obviously, they go to the screen here and pick up the easy first down.
Miller now out under center. Hands it off and right straight up that time.
Morgan with the carry up the middle.
Picking up good yardage is Morgan.
42, Dustin Herzberg. For the pickup of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd, and we'll call it 3. So Centennial not panicking, coming right out, sticking with what they do, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to get him the ball any chance that they get, number 0.
And this time they do it again. This time, a bunch of orange shirts right there at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Up front there, Llewellyn Booth, Jimenez, and Mershon. And
I'd like to see how many ways they try to find to get J.J. Morgan the ball. They've ran him with them. They've dumped him off to the screen. Let's see how many other ways they can find to get him involved, because that's really their workhorse on offense.
And we're seeing, like on that screen, they're trying to minimize that front pressure from Valley on defense here. We'll see what they call on 3rd and 3 this time. Here's Miller. Rolls out, looks, throws it late. Is intercepted. Intercepted. Back the other way, or was it not? I don't. Nope, they're saying incomplete now. Let's see the replay here.
Miller's pass ruled incomplete.
Well, you always run it back, Herzberg, because you couldn't tell there if it came up off his body or what, and then the officials blew it dead. So Centennial will have to punt. And they'll send Grevengood and Fleming back deep to receive. The punt from Austin McIntyre. Takes a low snap, gets it out of there, was kind of bumped, and there's the flag. So even if it's a 5-yarder, that's going to be a first down. He's trying to plead his case. It wasn't much, but it was enough in there. Let's see what the call is.
Running into the kicker. No receiving team. 5-yard penalty. The result of that penalty is a first down.
So Valley's first penalty, but it's a costly one because it'll give them a first down.
Yeah, that's tough. Can't really tell if he was pushed into him, but being that close to the punter, obviously trying to block the kick, but it's hard to be put in that sticky situation. But, I mean, obviously a good flag for Ankeny Centennial to continue the drive and hopefully see what they could do on this drive.
First penalty on Valley tonight, and McIntyre, the thing that allowed that, it was slow developing because he had to go low for that snap and come up with it. But bringing the offense back out here, Brecken Miller back out ready to go. They do a reverse back the other way. Now back to the quarterback. Has a man wide open down the side, and he can't bring it in. Denault Moore on the coverage back there. And we had a reverse flea flicker. Let's see it here again. They go to Morgan, back over, and throw it downfield. And Moore did a good job of closing and kind of causing a little disruption down there.
Breckenmiller just put maybe a little bit too much air on that one because he had his guy wide open.
There's a handoff to Taggart, and he'll be stopped after pickup of 1.
I think we got JJ on that.
Oh, was that Morgan? I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Morgan on the.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they're gonna find ways to get him the ball. That's their guy. Like even on the one where it was almost picked off, they tried to throw it to him, and he just unfortunately dropped it. But that's their guy. That's their guy on offense.
Well, and here again, Valley's forced him into a probable passing down here at 3rd and long. We'll see what they do. Dropping back, looking out in the flat, has a man. Defense is going to get to him, and he just did not have enough room. Morgan pulled down right at the 50. Great reaction and closing by the Tiger defense.
Yeah, as soon as you see 0, it's drive and attack. Obviously, knowing that they want to get him the ball and let him get into open space and make a play. They did a great job wrapping up, especially on a back like him, and bringing him down to the ground.
So the punter back out, and last time they got running into him, and now this time if they run into him, it's about 6 yards, so it wouldn't matter. But I'm sure they got a talking to about that.
Yeah,
but
the coach is saying, please stay away.
Now here's the punt, and nice angled punt goes out of bounds. And McIntyre's been averaging about 41 yards a punt. Now this one angles out, but it's still going to keep him back. And he's going to come all the way up to about the 23. That'll be the worst starting position for Valley tonight, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, when a game where we kind of started with some fireworks and back-to-back scoring drives, we've kind of stalled out a little bit on both offenses.
Yeah, a lot of running by Centennial, and the Valley defense has gotten a couple stops here. So Centennial did enforce the field goal, but we'll see now with 3:28 to go before the half what DeGroat and company can do for the Tigers. Hands off to Dorenkamp. Dorenkamp slides in up to the 25 and will be wrestled down after pickup of a couple.
Dorenkamp on the carry up the middle for the Tigers. Stop was made by Taggart.
And
yeah, you can see Nash Taggart read that one all the way out. He was ready for that. He had his eyes on Dorenkamp in the backfield, and as soon as he saw him get the ball, he triggered and was able to make the good tackle right there.
Valley's got all 3 timeouts left here, so not a need to super hurry at this point, but DeGroat pitches. Now cutting inside. Good cut by Dorenkamp. Slides by his own player. Gets up to about the 37.
Dorenkamp with the pitch down the Tiger sideline.
Showborough was out there, and he just pushed by him.
Yeah, he had a great blocking out there by Showborough and by Jaden Brown, both getting their guys out of the way in order to create a crease for him to pick up the first down.
So Valley moving here. Centennial would like to stop him. And got the first down, and he got out of bounds 2 as the clock is stopped. Again, DeGroat, tight formation, hands it off, cuts it back inside, Dorenkamp. And he went right and came all the way back in and found the hole inside.
Yeah, and if I know Swinson, they're playing a little bit of a halfway 4-minute offense where we're trying to chew the clock down because we don't want to score too fast and give Ankeny and Centennial the opportunity to score or get the ball back and potentially score. We want to go up potentially 17-7 going into half.
Yeah, Valley's saying we want to get it down there, boom, run the clock down and leave them nothing. So clock winding towards 2 minutes. DeGroat right back to Dorenkamp. He gets in behind those big blockers and finally pulled down there. Rowan Doak, one of them. But it'll be a first down as they get into Centennial territory. stop the clock. High school, we don't have any 2-minute warning, so the clock will roll now that they get it set. And here we go. There's a lot of rules. I'm glad they don't adopt to high school. Some they do, but others they don't. Here's DeGroat. Drops back. Looking. Throws it down the right side. Looking for McGregory. And it's going to go deep. And he was covered well there down the field. So DeGroat just figured throw it out there. If he could get to it, okay. If not.
Yeah, that was Nolan Bennett down there on defense. Did just enough hand fighting to get in the way of McGregory and not let him get open for an easy goal route down the sideline. So just enough where he doesn't draw the flag, but just enough to where I'm messing up your rhythm and create an incompletion.
And I like to do that with McGregory. Send him deep now and then just to keep the defense thinking about it. He's down at the bottom of your screen here. 2 receivers at the top. DeGroat now drops back his straight draw right up the middle, and he'll get close to the first down there.
DeGroat up the middle with the quarterback keep. Tackle made by Schmitz and Morris.
And now 1:25 to play and counting. They'll get up to the line a little quicker here.
Third down, 3rd and 3.
DeGroat giving hand signals on the play. Trips left. Well, I guess 2 left in the slot left. Then they hand it off. Looking for room. Trying to cut it outside. Cuts it back in. He's down the sideline. Pulled down from behind. That was close to being the horse collar tackle. There, and he gets out of bounds inside the 20. Boy, Dornkamp really runs hard, too.
Yeah, he makes a couple cuts on this one, and that stiff arm, he leans on that. Yeah, that was a little bit of a tug, but I think they got that one clean. But he made a couple cuts on that run that was pretty impressive.
Dornkamp, 415 yards, 5 TDs as long as 31 yards. He has caught 13 for 132. No touchdowns in the air game, but plenty on the ground here for the Tigers. He comes up right off the left hip of DeGroat. Fakes it, swings it out. McGregory cuts it up. He's going to go on to the 5. No, that was McGregory. That was Brown. Excuse me.
Touchdown saving tackle by Gavin Matheny there. A great open field tackle in my opinion, but because if he doesn't make that tackle, they're going in for an easy touchdown.
1st and goal at the 6 for Valley. Man in motion, low snap, handed off inside. He's going to be short, down to about the 1.
Dornkamp with the carry up the middle, moves the ball to the 1-yard line.
Valley, I think, will take a timeout. They have all 3 timeouts, so they're sitting in good shape with 32 seconds to go here and at the 1-yard line.
Realizing they're going to have a chance to score points regardless. Just want to be smart about it. And give us a chance to score going into half.
And with DeGroat, you have so many options. He can run, but you also just put it in the belly of Dornkamp, and he's a pretty north-south running too here with that big offensive line there of Jaden Emerson and Joe Mauser, Ari Reardon, Andy Rickert, and Cole Wiardra up front for Valley. As they come to the sideline, they're talking over here. And now Centennial trying to figure out because they do not want to go down 10 at halftime.
Well, from their standpoint, you want to think, from a Centennial standpoint, is do we want to let them score so that we have enough time to be able to score on our own and give us enough time to be able to score before going into half and not only score but gain some momentum going into halftime as well.
Problem is if they keep it on the ground, though, it winds a lot of your time off. But so here we go. He'll take it himself to DeGroat. Touchdown, Valley. With 28 seconds to go.
Just the old-fashioned tush push.
That's his 4th rushing touchdown. on the season. And now Harney for the extra point. Up and good. 17-7 Valley here. Let's take a break. We'll be back with a kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe a neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
And the kick bounces into the end zone and out, so Centennial will start out there at the 20 with 28 seconds to go. So for Valley, that was a 77-yard drive after getting the ball at the 23. And DeGroat finishes it off with a 1-yard sneak. And we'll see if Centennial just... Well, they're going to hand it off and get a good run up the middle. They have one timeout left.
Morgan on the carry for the Jaguars. Stop was made by number 8, Hayden Demaray.
Demaray on the tackle. And I think you kind of get down there and you hand it off. If he breaks a big one, then you get up there and try to go. But I think now they're just going to let the clock run out and go to halftime here. So Valley scoring right before the end of the half. And they take a 17-7 lead here over Centennial. We'll take a break, come back, and talk a little bit about the first half coming up after this on CISN.TV.
Here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages. all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Back here at Valley Stadium at halftime, the Tigers up 17-7. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne with you. Just run down quickly the scoring. Centennial took it, touchback, took it from the 20, took it 80 yards down the field. A 36-yard pass to Mitchell. They go up 7-0 with 5:48 to play in the first quarter. Short kickoff. Valley got it at the 41. They take it right down the field and a pass to Sherborough. 14 yards. The PAT was good, and it was 7-7. That was all the scoring in what was a pretty quick first quarter. Then we get into the second quarter, and Valley gets a stop, gets the ball back, drive it down, and Conley Harney hits a 31-yard field goal, making it 10-7 Valley with 7:49 to play in the first half. Then with 28 seconds to play, Valley, they got it, at the 23 and drove it all the way down. And Jake DeGroot takes it in himself from 1 yard out. It was 17-7 Valley. So, Dominic, a pretty good offense, a good start for Centennial, but then the Valley defense started figuring it out a little bit and getting some stops defensively on them.
Yeah, I think they understood with the game plan in that first half. Obviously, there's going to be adjustments and things that Centennial kind of open up in the second half with to try to keep these drives going and keep the converting on third down. But like you said, Valley did a good job of sniffing out the run and sniffing out all the misdirection. And we're giving it to this guy. No, we're giving it to this guy that Ankeny Centennials love to do since I was playing back in 2014. But did a nice job of closing up the defense and being able to get off the field on third down.
All right, well, we're at halftime here. It's homecoming tonight, and we have a show with Blake Walker coming up here. We'll go to that and be back after that here on CISN.TV.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hello and welcome to a halftime volleyball segment here, talking about CIML volleyball here in the Metro. It's been a fun week of action. We're getting much closer to the postseason. Let's take a look at your top 15 rankings from the IGHSAU. Waukee Northwest is still the number one team for really no reason why they shouldn't be. They have beaten everyone that they've played this season. The Wolves have looked really good. Only loss coming to Waukee, and that was in tournament play. They ended up avenging that loss anyway in a best-of-5 match. Ankeny Centennial sits at the number 2 position. Waukee drops to 3rd. Ankeny is at the number 4 spot. So once again, the two schools that have split in the last 15 years make up 1 through 4. Pleasant Valley, your defending state champions, find themselves in the 5th spot. Dowling Catholic is at 6th, and Valley sits in the 7th position. Iowa City Liberty is 8th. Iowa City West is 9th, and Cedar Falls round out your top 10. Remember, top 8 in rankings, when the postseason regions come out, they get home court advantage through the postseason. Bettendorf is at 11th. Waterloo West is 12th. Indianola back into the top 15 at 13th. Dubuque Hempstead is 14th, and Sioux City East round out your top 15. Sioux City East and Hempstead, both new teams to the rankings as well. Let's talk about some of the games that we saw on Tuesday night, September 30th. A very fun night of volleyball. We'll start out with one that we had on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Valley defeated Johnston 3-0, 25-12, 26-24, 25-19. Very strong win for Valley over the Johnston Dragons. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Mike Sill of the Valley Tigers. Here's an interview talking about the Tigers' season and what they look forward to going into the postseason. Here with Coach Mike Sill of the Valley Tigers. Coach, thanks for joining us here. You guys are on a little bit of a roll here. You've won 6 out of your last 8. Your only losses are the number 1 and number 2 team in the state. And Ankeny Centennial, you took to 5. You have the second hardest schedule rank in the state, according to Bound, and that's across the entire state of Iowa. What has this season taught you as we start to head toward the end of it, till we get to the postseason? You have a couple seniors, but really this has been, you've kind of flown under the radar all year, really.
Yeah, I would like to think that the radar, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of really good teams, and we saw them early and often. Yeah, we had a tough schedule, but I think a lot of it has to do with the CIML just being loaded. You know, there's not many conference matches you go into with an expectation that you're going to walk out in 3. So that really tests us a lot, and I think early on, we had a pretty brutal weekend tournament schedule. I mean, we were hosting the top, 2 of 5 teams in the state. And I think you get through all that and, we come out with a winning record. That was kind of something I was looking for. So, yeah, I don't think a lot of people were noticing just how close we were. I think Waukee, we took them to 3 in our tournament. The 5-set match at Ankeny Centennial. I mean, there's just some learning things that, we experienced that just make us better.
When you talk about the CIML, obviously it is very competitive, but, right now, 5, 6 of those CIML teams are favored to go to the state tournament. Does the constant that you're always playing each other, just nonstop, do you think that benefits, or does that kind of hurt a couple things when you get to these later postseason games and it's like, we've seen this team like 5 times, 4 times, does that step up, and does that maybe give an advantage to Eastern Iowa schools of any sort?
I don't think so. I think these schools, we keep learning from each other. We figure out weaknesses and all that kind of stuff. But it's not about scouting the opponent so much as it is like, hey, they just exploited something we need to get better at. So we get back in the gym and we work. And the whole steel sharpens steel kind of mentality, I do feel that we're fortunate to be in the CIML. That tough schedule makes us better. So I think that's something, when I think about the future, when we're looking at our postseason, I feel like a lot of these, like you said, the top 6 teams are going to be playing a lot of Eastern schools, it looks like. And I think that's just going to be to our benefit.
Talk about your team a little bit. Obviously, you have a couple senior leaders. Thea Reardon's one of them. And then you have a sophomore that's top 5 in service aces in Mila Rude. Talk about that, first of all. How good is that to have a girl that can come up and can get you a couple service aces? 38 on the season. I mean, that's no slouch. How big has that been in those moments?
We've just really been touting our serve and pass. We like to think our first contact is super important. And so we work a lot on it. We're tracking speed, we're tracking location. We do this in practice a lot. So they just get really comfortable with it. And Mila, she has kind of a funky serve. She serves from a different zone that a lot of people don't. And it has been working really well for those outside hitters that are coming off, and we're targeting them in a way that makes it real tough for them to pass and then have good options to hit. So, she's in the right place at the right time when her number's called to go back and serve. And, we've been fortunate. She's been able to hit those zones real well. And only a sophomore, I mean, she's still learning when we're in practice. So
we end the season here next week, regular season wise. You end with Waukee, big game. They have a big one tonight as we record this on Thursday against Dowling. They've technically dropped their last 2 against Northwest and Centennial. How important is that final game of the year, just to say, all right, here's one last chance before we get to the postseason and just get things straightened out?
I mean, it's a measuring stick for us. I mean, we've had some scores at the beginning of the year I look at, and I think, hey, when we get another chance to play Waukee, let's see how much better we are. We know they're going to improve. The expectation is we are, but just a little bit more. So we're excited to get to play them. I know we're going to be at Johnston at I think the 18th of October, and they'll be there as well. So we'll have them twice on our schedule. And like I said before, getting to play those kind of top teams who have big outsides, big right sides, they're a very loaded team. If we can go in there and be competent, it just really sets us up for a good postseason.
Coach, I appreciate your time, and I wish you guys the best of luck here as we go to the postseason.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Taking a look at other scores from the CIML. Southeast Polk defeated Urbandale 3-1, a 25-16, 25-16, 23-25. Urbandale won the third set, but then Southeast Polk finished the job 25-16. Ankeny gets beat by Dowling in Dowling Catholic. It's a top 5 win for the Maroons. A very strong showing, 3-1, 21-25. Lost the first set, but then came back and won the next 3, 25-20, 25-22, and 25-17. The big one of the night, Ankeny Centennial took on Waukee, and Ankeny Centennial took home the win. They fell short 20-25 in the first set, but then just dominated. The scores look close, but dominated Waukee in the final 3, 25-21, 25-22, and 25-12. Waukee had beaten Ankeny. They'd taken care of business, but they lose out on the win against Centennial. And when we're thinking of the postseason, it's basically you don't want to have to play Waukee Northwest until the championship game. Right now, those two teams, Ankeny, Centennial, Waukee, would still avoid Waukee Northwest. It'd be the 4, Ankeny, but Centennial does take second over Waukee in the latest rankings. It's been a fun week of volleyball as the postseason is right around the corner. We can't wait to bring it to you.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Back here at Valley High School, we're at halftime. They're introducing the homecoming court here tonight. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne, and Centennial got off, we talked about it, to a good start, drove 80 yards in the first drive and scored, and then Valley, 3 straight scores there. The defense started figuring out that misdirection and stuff on the Centennial offense, so able to get a couple stops on them, and Centennial did stop them once for a field goal, but a couple touchdowns in there, so Valley kind of has the upper hand right now.
Yeah, and of course they get the ball coming out of half, so it was good that they scored. But I think Ankeny they need to capitalize on some of these opportunities. You know, they had the opportunity for that double reverse down the sideline. Receiver was wide open. They got to capitalize on that. They had J.J. Morgan screaming on the over, and he unfortunately dropped it. But plays like that you got to capitalize on to continue drives and to put up easy points on this, and you don't want this to turn into where we only have to pass the ball. Because
I'm just going to say, if Valley comes down and gets a score here, they get the opening kick, and then go down, then you really have to start thinking about putting the ball in the air a little more. If the ground game, isn't picking up. I mean, that first drive they were picking up big chunks, but then the Valley defense started adjusting. So then you got to adjust your game plan, and that kind of plays into Valley's hands a little bit and making them pass.
Absolutely, because for Valley, all they have to do is run the ball, and they've been doing that well, picking up chunk yards, and that's just going to chew the clock. And for Ankeny Centennial, if they're just going to have to throw the ball, it takes away your biggest weapon in J.J. Morgan, where we'd like to get the ball in his hands.
We'll take another break. We'll do that. We'll come back. Should be about ready to kick it off for the start of the second half here on CISN.TV.
Here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if your old fireplace isn't giving you everything you want, you need to come see us so we can show you Heat & Glow's industry-leading gas fireplace inserts. A Heat & Glow gas insert will convert your old wood burner into a high-efficient gas fireplace that's easy to use and will warm your house. Come see us soon and get on the schedule for this winter's installations. For the best selection of fireplaces in the state of Iowa, come see Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homeacres on Douglas Avenue.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Here at halftime at Valley Stadium, 17-7, Valley over Ankeny Centennial. Urbandale was up 42-7 on Sioux City North at the half. Waukee up over Marshalltown. Last score I saw was 27-7 here. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne, two double Ds, the quad D here tonight on the call. Good to have you with me. And warming up here, you talked about it, Centennial. They got to figure out to get that offense going. And then the trouble is when Valley does get it, they're taking long drives, chewing up the clock. I mean, these first two quarters went pretty fast, and because Centennial kind of does that too. That we saw, they had that long pass, but neither team, both have tried to go down the field a little bit, but haven't had success getting the deep threat in here tonight.
Yeah, and that's how Ankeny Centennial gets some momentum back, is by coming out and getting a stop on this drive, not letting them get chunk yards and eat up the clock, and turning this into an air raid to where we have to throw the ball, and to where Ankeny Centennial has to throw the ball, and we have to essentially change the game plan in order to fight back against this Valley team.
And they've been running. Morgan they really haven't got him going on any big runs yet here tonight, and they'd like to get him going. And then you have the two Miners and Mitchell, the two big receivers outside. Maybe get the ball to them a little bit if you can.
Absolutely. They have playmakers on their offense. They have the guys they can get the ball to and really gain chunk yards and really, really turn this game on its head. It's just capitalizing on our opportunities. So we'll see what they do.
And both coaches talked about the mistakes coming in. We've had an offside penalty, the one roughing the kicker penalty on Valley. It didn't end up hurting them in the end, but really not a lot of penalties, and we haven't had a turnover yet here tonight. So that, that's been pretty good play as far as that goes.
Absolutely. Simple things like that in these games where this game has gone by really quick. So turnovers and penalties can really kill drives for you and kill momentum for you. So if they can't get that in, that it's going to be a long second half.
Centennial needs some kind of big momentum switch here early in this. Want to keep Valley from driving all the way down and taking it back. Jaden Brown back deep to receive along with Ben Fleming here. For Noah Manning will kick it off for Valley. Yeah, he said, the PA guy said that Trent Grevengood was back there, but no, it's Ben Fleming. So then he corrected himself. I thought, wait a minute. Now they're going to do that squib kick again, and it's still going, picked up over there. Valley returns it up to about the 23, so that's that other kick. They got it at the 41, a little better here, but that squib kick hasn't really paid off so well for Centennial.
Yeah, we'll see what adjustments they made at half. Ankeny Centennial made at half for this defense to not only stop the run, but maybe get a little bit of pressure on that quarterback.
So to be 1st and 10, I guess up to the 28 here for Valley as they bring him out. DeGroat, he'll go empty backfield to start it. And hand off McGregory. He cuts it up the left side and gets tackled, a good open field tackle there by Garrett Stevens. Because once McGregory gets that corner turned and up the sideline, that's where his speed kicks in on you.
Yeah, that's a guy you definitely want to keep your eye on no matter where he's at. In the slot, outside, in the backfield. Definitely a guy you want to keep eyes on at all times.
But again, a good chunk play here on first down for the Tigers. 2nd and 3 at the 35. This time they'll get the back to the right of DeGroat. And hand it off. He's looking right behind his blocker. Pushes through, diving ahead. And I think he will have the first down there, Dorenkamp. And we talked about it, just finishes strong, pushing ahead, trying to get extra yardage.
Absolutely. Another opportunity where we see him fall forward and gain those extra yards and keep the feet churning. That's what you ask for your running back. Get those extra yards, get those dirty yards, see if we could come up with anything that we see, and obviously they gain the first down.
Tigers out, Dorenkamp again. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Hands it off, Dorenkamp wins his way up. He's going to pick up about 4. And there's a flag late. There was some talking there. McGregory was talking back there with Stevens, and the flag come in, so we'll see who did what. Usually the second guy is the one that gets called. There's only been 2 penalties in the first half, so let's see what they...
Well, the way he's trotting off the field, that's not a good sign.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 7, after the play. 15-yard penalty for the end of the run.
So that'll be a 15-yarder. I don't know if he said something or what, but McGregory comes off after that.
Essentially puts them right back up where they started the drive.
Yeah, right back to about where they first took the ball. But it brings up 2nd and 21. And a fake to Grote. He slips a tackle up to the 40, 45, 50. He gets all the yardage back for the first down. And Bennett runs him out of bounds. And let's see the replay here. He gets around the edge, gets out of that tackle, and then just heads for the marker.
Yeah, does a good job slipping the first tackle, not letting the arm tackle get you down. And obviously he's showing some ability with his legs. He's shown that he can run. Obviously he's going to lean on his arm, but he's shown that he can run whenever he needs to.
See it here again there. That first tackle he slipped through and then off to the races. And here's Centennial. You'll think, man, we got him in long yardage, but sometimes it's easy to ease up on that. Here's Dorenkamp. Comes around the left side, now cuts it up. He'll get a couple. So the Centennial defense had a 2nd and long, and then they give up the big yardage for first down. And Valley's right back at it, eating at the clock.
And for both sides of the ball, I know coaches are shooting themselves in the foot or really angry with themselves because their teams are – the penalties have been going Ankeny Centennial's way, but then, of course, we give up a big chunk play.
Yeah.
Right back to
that's
Valley,
like
putting them right
sloppy
back where
tackling.
they wanted.
They're
yeah.
saying, come on. We're in the 6th game of the year. We need to be doing tackling, getting the fundamentals down right here. There's DeGroat. Trips right. Fakes to Dorenkamp. Throws it across McGregory. And he goes up high and gets hammered by Stevens. And McGregory coming back. We'll see it here again. And a little bit of a medicine ball up high. He got both fingers on it, but, man, to pull that one in.
Yeah, I mean, high ball coming into the middle of the field is, as a receiver, that's I'm going to take a couple Advil in the morning.
So now 3rd and 8 for the Tigers, just into Centennial territory. Throws it out and beyond the receiver there, Brown. He had a deep receiver and one on the crosser there and just kind of overthrew him a little bit.
Yeah, and Ankeny Centennial actually had a guy fall down, and see McGregor was running wide open.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe see you on the replay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he was trying to go for the ball. Seeing an opportunity trying to get that first turnover of the game.
And he would have had to drop it over that first guy he was pretty well covered, so maybe it was a better throw just to throw it out of there and now live to punt here for the Tigers. But Centennial's got what they want now. They forced Valley to punt it, and heavy rush. He gets the punt off, taken back at the 8-yard line. I'll bring it up to, well, gets it up about a 10-yard return up to about the 18 there on the play.
A little bit of a sloppy drive on both sides, but what we talked about as we started the second half is that momentum swing for Ankeny Centennial, being able to get a stop, not letting them go up by potentially 3 scores and giving the ball back to our offense.
So Matheny gets it back up, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 19 here for Centennial. And Brecken Miller back out. Hands it off, looking for some room inside. They're running hard. Morgan, and finally gets stacked up. You'll get about 4 on the pickup.
If they pick up a 4, it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 22-yard line.
So 2nd and 6. And you keep pounding away a little on the run and then maybe go to the throw. Luke Mitchell out wide to the left for the Jaguars. Down the line, Miller keeps it himself, finds some room, cuts it up, is upended then. But he's across the 29. Oh, they're going to mark him.
28?
Just shy there. The lineman on this side was up about the 30, so I thought he had it, but the guy on the other side, nope, marked him back. So 3rd and 1, still manageable, though on 3rd down. And handoff. Morgan looking for room. Plows through there, gets the first down up to the 30. Keep the drive going. And really, you're down 10, so, this is big. If you can get some points on the board, a touchdown would be nice. You cut it to 3, but no reason to panic just yet.
Absolutely.
You just want to keep your drive going.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do right here is have a 3 and out and give the ball back to Iowa, to Valley, and where they could just have more.
You got all these
yards,
different teams in your head.
Have more yards
Yeah.
chucked off, or have more time chucked off the clock.
Iowa's off this week.
I know.
I'm
sorry.
Oh, good pass, just a little high on Luke Mitchell. I do that sometimes too. I've covered the different teams, and
I'm used to talking about Iowa.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line.
And you see him roll out and just over the head there of Mitchell. Well, and everybody's, not really talking because the coach said the condition of Gronowski is cloudy, so we don't really know, was he really hurt or is he going to be back or what? Unfortunately, they got the bye week there. And then Iowa State over at Cincinnati, so. And here's Brecken Miller, hands it off. Oh, good cut back, but you get a few. But it's going to end up being a 3rd and long here for Centennial.
Yeah, J.J. Morgan's shaking his head because he showed good patience there. Had a nice cut. He just lost his footing and slipped down. I thought he would have been able to break through that, but lost his footing.
Cut like he was into the opening, but then, you said he tripped up. And now we got a lineman who's down on his knee there, so I think they're going to come over and check him out there. That's Braylon Deacon-Keehee. And one thing with this heat, the first week we saw a lot of cramping. It was warm, and then we kind of got a little cooler, but now we're back to the warm again, and I don't know if that's some cramping. He's getting right up, so that's good to see. As you see the Valley huddle here on screen, but he's walking off under his own power there. Kind of testing his legs a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe he just got twisted up in there, but he'll have to sit out at least a play. And Centennial 3rd and 8 at the 32. And again, they'd like to keep the drive going to get some kind of points out of this to kind of stay within range of Valley. Right now a 10-point ball game. Come back out. Morgan's the running back. Dropping back, throws it out in the flat, has a man there, but a good, sure tackle on the outside by Valley. And that was Micah Lalisher, I think.
Or Asher Price, but
or Price,
yeah,
Price.
Did a good
Lalisher
job
got in there
showing,
late, yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job showing pressure and then drop back, kind of sitting at the sticks, letting the defense know we're just going to not let anything behind us, but we're going to come up and swarm tackle anything in front of us. They did a good job doing that there.
Grevin Good and Fleming back deep. Here's a good high punt. Hanging up there. Bounces, picked up, and on the outside, there goes Fleming. And Fleming takes that and runs it into Centennial territory.
Let's see if we can see here, but I thought they would have yelled Peter, which is usually get away, but takes a nice bounce, and he's able to get up the sideline and get to the 50.
Well, that's one where the coaches say, get away, go, go. After, you're playing a little bit with fire there, but it worked out. So now Valley has it in Centennial territory. 1st and 10 at the 48 here with 5:58 to play. DeGroat will bring him back out. Hands off to Dorenkamp. Dorenkamp over the right side, breaks through, gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Down there, pulled down by Rowan Doak, the linebacker.
Yeah, he did a nice job setting up his blocks right there, being patient, nice vision.
And then when he hit the opening, he turned on another gear, didn't he?
Yeah, turn it up to another gear. Like we keep talking about, he's not going to let that first arm tackle him. Did a nice job going through the gap and picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 30. And Valley, not in a slowdown, but they let the play clock go down, kind of chewing down the clock. Hand off again. Dorenkamp wins his way through there, does a belly flop up ahead, and gets good yardage. There to bring up 2nd down and about 4, or a long 3.
Just like we talked about, they're just chewing the clock. Just got a grounded pound kind of style offense, and they're just taking time, ticking off the clock.
Comes up again, sends a man in motion. Hands off. And Dorenkamp is down in for the first down. As a receiver, you're out there, you keep going up the field, they're handing off, and I know you're thinking, okay, we got but you're out there thinking, man, come on, throw it to me, aren't you? And you could tell me, I know that's what you're thinking, isn't it? You want the ball.
If I have to be honest, if I hear another run play call, there might be a little eye roll, but I'm seeing the bigger picture in that we're trying to win the game. We got a great offense on the other side, and we understand how fast they could put up points. So,
but you're always out there as a receiver thinking, I could beat this guy. Come on, put it up.
We had a play called 90 fade, and it was just throw the ball. Throw the ball up.
So 1st and 10 at the 19 for the Tigers. Dropping back this time, throws it out in the flat. Has a man out there, Dorenkamp. And they do throw it, but they throw it to the running back again. But take what they give you. You see here, he'll just swing out, turn, and boom.
Yeah, because Centennial had 5 mugged up, ready to stop the run, and they sold out for the run. And, of course, now Valley decides to go pass and picks up a nice chunk of yardage.
They've taken over a minute off the clock here. That clock stopped when he went out of bounds. Now they'll send trips to the left. Dorenkamp, the single back in there. Dropping straight back, looking. Everybody's back. He's still going to stay. Now he throws it late, but he throws it high as he had Owen Woods at the back of the end zone, but decided not to try anything risky here and just throw it away.
Yeah, smart, because Ankeny Centennial's defense did a good job just plastering and it's hard to cover for that long. But you do the most and try to cover everybody, and there was nobody to throw the ball to.
I thought he might pull it down and run, but then they did have a defender come up on him, and you still got 3rd and 3, so you still got a makeable 3rd down here too. So just good, smart quarterback play. Back to Groot. Now he's under center. Fakes the Dorenkamp. Has him out in the flat. He's going to take it all the way himself. Slides down. Got the first down and slid down at about the 7-yard line.
I think he might have heard you.
Yeah.
Rolling out, looking to pass, and he just he's seen a gap. He said, "No, I'm just going to try to get the first down."
Well, and two, everybody turn and goes with the receiver, so you got a little room there. So now, I'm thinking Dorenkamp might see the pigskin again here. As he's lined up to the right of DeGroat. Oh, low snap. So he'll keep it himself, runs it in, and is pulled down just shy of the goal line. And DeGroat takes it.
Looks like they're bringing in an extra old lineman.
Riley Zitterich will come in. Well, you got a wild moth up here.
If you know anything about me, I hate bugs. So
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying this.
So Dorenkamp deep in the eye there. Oh, fumble this time. Dorenkamp picks it up, and he's just going to get hammered. And that's the second snap they had trouble. Last time DeGroat was able to pick it up. Let's see it here. Looks like it coming away. Well, they got some penetration in there too.
Looks like he just mishandled the snap right between his legs. And, I mean, this is an opportunity Yankee Centennial to keep them to only scoring 3 or potentially getting a stop here and gaining some momentum.
Yeah, so you keep them within range. Make it 2 touchdowns instead of. Now they'll send trips left. 1 receiver right, single back. Dropping back, throws it out to the pylon. Touchdown! McGregory. 5-yard touchdown.
Yeah, if we could see it here, Jaden McGregory just runs a little bit of a now return, gets us a man-on-man, and it's just that's an athlete. So he's just, I'm going to give the ball to our best athlete and let him make a play.
Got it right in there. There's the kick. It's up and good. That makes it 24-7 Valley. We'll take a break. Be back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
And the kickoff goes through the end zone, so Centennial will get it. 1st and 10 at the 20. And so Valley took it from the 48. Took about 4 minutes off the clock and gets the score there. So now Centennial trailing 24-17. So really, you got to get something going, get some points on this drive. Hand off. Up through the middle.
Morgan with the carry for the Jaguars.
And people will say, well, why do they keep running if, but that's their game, and you got to run and then run first and hope you break one and then go to the pass.
Yeah. You can't just burn the playbook and just throw the ball 3 times. You got to still stick to what you know, stick to your bread and butter, and obviously you still want to give the ball to your best player on offense, which is J.J. Morgan. So
Morgan coming in with 644 yards. Now drops back under pressure. They go to that screen again, back into Taggart. Taggart gets it up across the 30 for a first down. That'll stop the clock.
Miller's pass complete to number 2, Brody Brill. Tackle was made by number 61, Benjamin Booth.
Or Brody Pro, but yeah, that was a good play. That was a good play setup. Obviously swinging J.J. Morgan out, getting everybody's eyes to him, and you have Brody Pro to be able to slip through for the screen and pick up the first down.
Okay, I thought he came back to Taggart, but it was Pro. Okay. Wind the clock, 1st and 10 at the 30. Miller rolling. Now he'll cut it up. Stumbles ahead, and he'll get about 5. If he'd kept his balance, he might have been a little farther up the field there.
Yeah, Brecken Miller's a good athlete too. So smart decision to just tuck in and get 5 yards and keep this drive going.
Clock winding down on the 3rd quarter. Some Prill and Miners to the right. Prill in motion. Dropping back, trying to throw it across the middle again, almost picked off. Go to that middle screen again. And enough pressure there, and then Anthony Mershon kind of stayed back.
Yeah, they did a better job.
You got to kind of know if you're coming too fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, maybe there's something up that
screen. If my rush is too
again.
good, something is up. But they did a good job sniffing it out on the back end.
And there was enough pressure, too, on Miller. He drops back. Throws across the middle. Prill, did he get it? No.
Miller's pass falls incomplete, intended for Prill. Broken up by number 1.
So that'll turn it over to Valley with 2 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Or no, is it 4th down? It is 4th down, sorry.
Yeah. That was a good throw. Yeah. That was a good throw by him. Back shoulder, too, trying to keep it away from the defender. It's just he made a play on the ball. So
Fleming and Grevengood back to receive the kick. Fleming goes over. He calls for the fair catch. And Valley will take over when we start the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line here with a 24-7 lead over Centennial. We'll take a break, come back. We'll have the 4th quarter coming up after this on CISN.TV.
What if you could make a priceless difference in your community for as little as $5? With the Des Moines Catholic Worker House, you can. For nearly 50 years, the Des Moines Catholic Worker House has given the homeless and low-income community a place to feel welcomed. With your support, we could turn 3,000 free meals each month into 4,000. We could build a brand new warming and cooling center in our future facility. We could provide more hygiene products, more clothing, and more hope to those who need it most. Feed the hungry, clothe the neighbor, and spread your generosity throughout Des Moines by scanning the QR code on the screen right now. Donate online via PayPal or mail a check to make a priceless difference in your community today. Thank you so much for your support.
Here at Valley, the Tigers take over after the punt at the 20-yard line. As we start the fourth quarter, they're up 24-7. Dar Danielson, Dominic Daphne, and Dom, I think probably the same thing here, just kind of slowly grind it out for Valley.
Yeah, Valley is thinking a bit of a 4-minute offense here where we don't have to go too fast. We can use all of the time clock. We can use all of our time, all 40 seconds to set up the play, and we're not in any hurry whatsoever.
So a couple yards there, and now they'll come back out. Yeah, just wind that play clock down. Dropping back, looking, rolling, gives a little direction, throws to the sideline. Did he get it? No. On the far side there. Intended for Brown.
A little surprised they went with the throw there. Thought they would assume they would want to keep the clock going a little bit. And then maybe throw on 3rd and short.
And let's see, they've got Colin Shelton is in at the back right now. And drops a snap, now throws it upfield. Pearl down there but can't get to it. Or was that Grevin Good?
It was Grevin Good.
Yeah, it was Grevin Good.
Yeah.
Yep. Having trouble with my single digits tonight.
I think we spoke too soon. Might have a little cramping going on. Because the Grota's down.
He did have that in the first game of the season, too, where he was out for like a lot of the fourth quarter. And now we saw Fitz Carpenter coming, I think it was, in that game.
Yes, it was.
And we'll see here. It's 4th down, so they'll be punting. But, again, when they put that leg up in the air and they're bending it back, trying to – I've had those before. They're terrible in the legs.
What did you say earlier? Cubes of salt and pickle juice?
Yeah.
Pedialyte?
That'll keep it.
Yeah, it's tough because as soon as you try to run, too, it's just going to flare right back up on you. So hopefully they can get him rehydrated on the sideline.
Well, he's getting up and.
Number 15, Drake DeGroot, the injured player, up and making his way to the sideline.
And he'll come over, so good to see him up. And then Tigers will punt here. Grevin Good back to kick. He's got about a 44-yard average. He does a really good job punting for the Tigers. Good snap. He drops the snap and then gets off kind of a wobbler. So I don't know what is that game ball, but the Groats dropped a couple times. Watch him here.
Yeah, just mishandles it.
And then fortunately, there wasn't much of a rush on because Centennial was looking for the return there, but then it goes out of bounds. It was kind of a shank there, so Centennial will take over in good field position. And this is why you see Gary Swinson with the gray hair and stuff.
Yeah.
These coaches, and you've got to lead, and then stuff like this happens. And so here comes Centennial. Breckin Miller brings back out the offense. Fakes it, throwing down the sideline, and It was over the head, but I've got a feeling there would have been maybe offensive interference if it wasn't there on Owen Gasperi. Watch here at the end. We can see it.
Yeah, tried to set up a little bit of a fake screen to Miners, and a little bit of a double move, fake screen up the sideline, but they're just the Valley defense is just sitting back, trying to keep everything in front of them.
Yeah, and that's a case where they've been running and running. They thought, hey, let's just throw them off a little bit. They're geared up for the run. Let's throw in a pass and maybe get a quick score off the transition, but Tigers are there. Now they swing it out, caught, but he's not going to get much as they go to Mitchell. He came all the way across the field, and they hit him out there. And Tigers are right there. Sometimes you get that late and you pin your ears back and you come in and you don't. But everybody looked like they had their assignment on that one.
Yeah, he did a good job wrapping up right there because he had a blocker out in front of him and nothing but green grass. So good open field tackle, leaves him to only gain 1 yard.
There we go. Got Morgan. Morgan comes in motion. Drops back, throws a cross. Picked off! Picked off by Valley. That is
Tyree Williams.
Tyree Williams with the interception. Let's take a look at it here. Off the tip drill.
Defensive players, all they say is tipped overthrows. We got to get those. And it got tipped up in the air, and Tyree Williams comes down with a big turnover in the fourth quarter.
And I think I was looking at it. Valley's had a couple interceptions this year, but they have not had a fumble recovery, if I remember right from the stats I was looking at, prepping here. Let's see, who's in at quarterback? Is the Grote back out? Yep, he is, and that one goes over his head, and now he just throws it away, and now there's a flag down. They're going to call him. Oh, we're calling holding on Valley. Things got a little sloppy here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you talked about great Coach Swinson getting some gray hairs, and this is why, because you have an opportunity to put the game away essentially, and a couple bad snaps on the punt.
Well, that was the interception replay there.
Well, that wouldn't cause any gray hairs. He'd be very happy about that.
Yeah.
But bad snap on the punt, bad snap right here, and we just have to throw the ball away. And on top of that, we get a penalty that's pushing us back even more. It's enough to make any coach upset.
So the Grote brings him out, hands it off, looking for room there. Cohen Shelton with the carry. And the good news is for Valley, they got a little cushion here. And Centennial really needs the ball, and Valley, they can hold it here. They still got second and, 13? But it's at a point where the mistakes aren't going to be real bad. Here's a handoff again. Shelton pulls up ahead, gets a few back beyond the original line of scrimmage. Back up to about the 19. We'll make a third and about 8.
Yeah, at this point, Coach Swinson is just telling his team to take care of the ball high and tight, and let's not shoot ourselves in the foot here. Let's chew as much clock as we can. It's 3rd and 8. Potentially gain the first down, but let's just be smart here.
Yeah, let's see if they put it up in the air or they hand it off. McGregory and Brown to the left. Now rolling. Throws it out. Oh, and just over. Threw a little bit. Brown out there as he had a step. And it's tough when you're rolling left and trying to throw.
Yeah.
So but the smart thing, you didn't underthrow it, so it gets picked off.
Yeah. But for Ankeny Centennial, you get a stop, and the clock is stopped. So
Grevin Good will come back in to punt. And I praised his average last time, and he fumbled the snap, so I'm not going to say anything this time. No jinx here. Handles it and booms this one back. Fair catch at the 40. So he goes from the 17 to the 40, a 43-yard punt. Pretty good there. That's where Centennial will take over, 8:14 to go. And they need some points here. Any kind of score to get some momentum going for that offense.
Yeah, they didn't look like themselves. Obviously trying to you put yourself into a corner where we have to score really quick and spread the ball around, and that's not – obviously they want to get the ball to 0. So we'll see what they got to do in order to get it to scratch back into this one.
0, J.J. Morgan. They faked to him, and then they tried to throw over to Mitchell. He was pretty well covered there. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40. Man, the first 3 quarters went by pretty quick, and now this 4th quarter, we've just kind of slowed down, haven't we?
Yeah.
Miller back, looks, throws across, has his man. Caught up ahead is Mitchell. And similar to the touchdown, right up the seam and hit him.
Right up the seam. That's a big body receiver right there. You got 2 of them on the outside, so you're able to put the ball over the safety or over the linebackers to a 6'5" receiver and gain a first down.
1st and 10 at the Valley 43 for Centennial. Trailing 24-7, under 8 minutes to play here in the ball game. Fakes the handoff, looks, has a man. Oh, had a receiver cut open there, but he pulls it down and runs. And he had Miners out there who went and then cut in toward the post, but he then was under pressure, I guess.
He did, yeah. I think he felt that pressure. I think he felt the guy swatting at the ball, so he thought it'd be safe to just tuck it and run. When you pick up 6, not a bad, but, and when down 17, you kind of want to take the opportunity to hit the home run ball.
And he comes back limping a little bit. Brecken Miller does, back to the huddle there. Send Morgan in motion. Going to swing it out to him, and they read that like nothing out there. Asher Price right on it. You see the replay here. He reads it, doesn't even, gets right by the blocker out there, and boom.
Yeah, trying to set up essentially a one-on-one block for 13 to lead the way for Morgan and get him into green grass.
Trying to free him up a little bit, yeah. But 3rd and 10. And a little miscommunication there. He thought he was going to break to the sideline, and he broke inside. So I'm assuming they'll go for it here. You have to, pretty much, on 4th down. Dropping back, looking. Now throws back across into the middle, has a man there, is Mitchell, and he's got the first down, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, I think
look for the tall guy in the middle.
Look for the tall guy, but I think that's also one of those plays where your coach is going, no. Yeah, okay. First down. We'll take it. Throwing across your body. Running towards the sideline. That's not an easy throw for
Miners
anybody.
ran the go right up the outside and had his hand up right away, but he couldn't get it there. Now they get the first down. And he'll sling it out, but goes outside again.
Yeah, I can't tell if there's just the timing or if he's thinking that he's going to break out, but they had the same kind of situation that earlier.
You'd
so.
think he'd want to catch it, break, and get out of bounds, stop the clock, but now back up 2nd and 10 at the 32. Across the middle, got a man. And it'll be close to the first down. I think they're going to stop the clock and say, yeah. And it is Newman with the catch. They'll give him a first down. I mean, they're moving the ball, but it's taken a lot of time off the clock, and which something that they don't have.
It's a little methodical.
And we can see that he just drops back, looking, and incomplete. As I say, we can see their run. Running is their strong suit, and here they're going into passing, and of course Valley can just sit back too with the lead and make sure nothing gets behind them.
Yeah, it's kind of that safety net defense where we can just back up, sit at the stick, sit at the goal line, and just keep everything in front of us to swarm up and make a tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 22 for Centennial. Now, laser pass, and it's caught there by Cade Newman at the 15, still short of the first down.
That was a good hands catch by Newman there, though.
Clock rolls under 5 minutes to play. And fakes right, rolls out, looking, cuts back, and then he'll be sacked. Back near the 20 and bring up 4th down.
That was quarterback sack by number 8, Hayden Demaray.
This is very similar to what in the game against Ankeny and the other game they lost. They've stayed close to in the 3rd quarter, and then in the 4th, just need that extra step to move up and stay with the little better teams here like Valley. As we hit the 4-minute mark, dropping back, fires, and incomplete. And the Tigers will take over on downs, looking for Newman again.
Miller's pass intended for Newman falls incomplete.
And
in coverage for the Tigers, number 17, Brennan LeFay.
Yes, it's just tough when you have to essentially throw out the game plan and wanting to feed one of your better players in J.J. Morgan and essentially just kind of have to go air raid, where we have to score points, we have to be quick, and we're down 17, so running the ball is only going to be to our deficit. So it's tough when you have to completely throw out the playbook and just throw the ball.
And I praise Valley's front defensive line, but on the backside, they're pretty good too. Those guys in their coverage for Valley on the defense. And let's see, that's DeGroot. He's back in there. And he draws him offside, I think. Yep. I think that's only the 4th penalty of the night. 2 on Valley, 2 on Centennial. And Centennial anxious to stacking those guys up in the middle, get some pressure in there. Handed off. Bursting through all the way up. Shelton. And that's the trouble when you get up in there tight and trying to put pressure. If they bust through that line there, then you got a lot of room to run.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to blitz and leaving gaps open. You're thinking that you're going to get there quick, but if you don't get there quick enough, it just leaves gaps, and you're able to squirt through there for about a nice first down.
Just taking his time, running that play clock down, under 10 now. And he'll hand it off. Up the middle again. Good running by Shelton.
Shelton on the carry for the Tigers, tackled by number 1.
And they give him another first down there, move the chains.
That's a gain of 10. Ball is at the 47-yard line. First down.
And they'll send 3 wide. Got a sneaking suspicion they're going to keep it on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in full 4-minute offense at this point.
Well, I'm going to throw it out to McGregory. Get him out there one-on-one. He stays in bounds.
Usually a nice 5-yard hitch. We usually call those a long handoff.
You call that what?
You call those a long handoff.
Well, yeah.
Assuming that that's going to be easy catch and either get down but just anything to keep the clock going.
Clock running down toward 2 minutes to play here. Going to be a happy homecoming night for the Tigers. I think the first RPI is going to be coming out, is it next week? They're coming out, so there's a handoff and stop, so we'll kind of know. And the one thing with the RPI for Centennial, playing these tougher teams, that helps you in the RPI in the formula, because the teams you play, the wins they have help you, and I'm not exactly how it all works out, but...
Yeah. I mean, you got to hang your hat, especially for Centennial. The 3 teams that you've lost to are really good teams.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of in similar fashion where, we're, like you said, we're right there, and we're just not capitalizing on opportunities. So whenever you're able to capitalize those and play a full game, a full quarters, I mean, you're going to be a great football team.
Rolls, throws late, throws it out of bounds. On 3rd down, that'll bring up 4th down. And Grevin Good will go back to punt here with 1:13 to play. So Valley on the verge of moving to 5-1. The only loss coming to Northwest by a field goal. If you watch the pregame, Coach is talking about that, Gary Swinson, that they had 3 turnovers in that game, and that's something you can't do now. The play clock runs down, and they're going to take a delay of game here.
Delay of game. Offense. 100 penalty, 4th down. Penalty moves the ball back to the 3-yard line, still 4th down. Back to return for Centennial, number 6, Garcias, and number 23, Devin Good. And punting for the Tigers, number 2, Trent Grevin Good.
Grevin Good back to kick for Valley. Gets off a good punt back there to Devin Good, and he'll fair catch it at the 16. So what's your status now? You're NFL player in waiting, is that?
Yeah.
Right now, tell us a little bit about that. We got a minute
here. Right now, free agent going into year 6, was just with Carolina. Obviously, still in the hunt, still, anything could change. I can get a call tomorrow with how crazy and all the things that are going with health and all right. But, being through the system 6 years now, I understand that, like I said, it could happen at any time. So just being ready and, of course, taking the opportunity to come back and work on other things or work on plan B whenever football inevitably comes to an end.
So you want my job is what you're saying eventually, huh?
I didn't say that. You did.
There we go. So how do you stay in shape to be, ready if the call does come?
You essentially work out as if you were on a team. So I work out 6 days a week and keep my body right, do everything I have to do as far as eating, mind, body, and you just stay ready. You stay healthy and stay openly.
Back to pass, Miller. And incomplete.
Miller's pass is called incomplete, intended.
Well, like you say, you never know.
You never know. Anything can happen.
Of course, if you're a kicker, you can be in a bar watching a game, and the next thing you get a call. And that's some of those stories we've heard in the past, but it's a little different when you're playing a position, isn't it? You have to really.
Yeah. I mean, when you get into that situation, I've seen some guys be on vacation. I've heard of them, and they got a call, and they have to end their vacation and come back home. So it's a little bit different.
Hand off. Busting through all the way up. And that'll be a first down. Stops the clock.
They're going quick. Yeah, they're going to get them.
They'll get some new players in there. And breaking free down the side. Still going. And they bring him down. Morgan
just refusing to go down.
And the clock stops with 4 seconds to go. So if you're in there in relief on defense, you don't want to give up that. Roland Miller cuts it back through, and he's going to be stopped, and that'll do it. But Centennial ends the drive down about the 5. And just a quick recap of scoring here. It started out for Centennial. The first drive, they took it to the 20, then ended up with a 36-yard pass to Luke Mitchell. With 5:48 to go, it was 7-0 Centennial. Valley got the kickoff at the 41, a squib kick, took it 59 yards, and the Showborough pass, 14 yards, made it 7-7. Then with 7:49 to go in the second, Conley Harn, a 31-yard field goal, made it 10-7. Then Jake DeGroot, a 1-yard run with 28 seconds to go in the second quarter. That was all the scoring in the first half, 17-7 Valley at the half. Just one touchdown in the second half, minute 56 to go. Hit Jaden McGregory, and he goes into the right corner of the end zone by the pylon there and made it 24-7. So saw some good things out of Centennial, but Valley just a little more better balanced overall football team here tonight.
Yeah, Centennial had opportunities, and whether it was just a little bit too short, a little bit too much air on the ball, or just not coming up with the catch, they had opportunities to make plays, and I know they're going to look back at the film, and that's what they're going to see, is that we had opportunities there, and we just didn't capitalize on it. And that's something that could be fixed, but it's real heart-wrenching when you see it on the film. And on Valley side, they ran the ball really well. They got the ball to their playmakers. They got into a 4-minute offense pretty quick, and they just kind of showed their strength, showed their muscle on this one.
And that's the thing, too, in this league, a lot of teams, there aren't many, some of those nights you're coming up against good teams, and you just have to be almost perfect here. Well, Dominic Daphne, fun doing the game with you tonight. Thanks a lot. And Everybody, check out the social media on CISN to see where the schedule is. I know I'm somewhere next week. Couldn't even tell you where at this point. But anyway, thanks to Aaron and the entire crew tonight here. As the final, Valley goes to 5-1 on the season. Centennial drops to 3-3 here as we move into November football and head toward the playoffs. The RPI will be coming out, and we'll have a little bit clearer picture of that playoff picture. That's going to wrap it up here tonight for Valley Stadium on CISN.TV.